One lap to go, presented by Dubby Energy. Melanoma to the inside. Buster Guts will have to settle for second as Melanoma wins here at Michigan. Oh man, can you believe this is going to come out of turn 4 through the tri-oval that doesn't have a start-finish line and win for the second time this season? Melanoma. Yeah, Detective Bluto Mind Pretzel in the 2-car for Young Time Racing will win here at Pigs Creek. She won't be able to. Corey Crime on the bottom. He's got to run. Oh my god, he's got a chance. He's gonna not get him. Detective Bluto Mind Pretzel's gonna win the race. It's gonna work out for Gwendy 444 the fourth, who I think is going to now have a, oh, we're hearing that they are going to redo the restart. Ross chest pain is the race winner. Where the hell is he? This car won the damn race. Now, you might be wondering, why in the ever-living shit is he running a different number? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Pit Puddlequack and Puddlequack Racing had a absolutely undeniable opportunity of getting a top prospect into their team, and I'm going to see if they're on the track. I don't know if they will be. There he is. This is Corey Crime in the number 11. This is a track that the regional series goes to, and Corey Crime, both times he's been here, has won the race. Can he stay undefeated? He's gonna try! He's gonna get to the inside of Microwave! Yes, he is! To the inside, Corey Crime! He's right there! He can get there! Oh my goodness, at the line! Who's it gonna be? Corey Crime is gonna get it! It is not the final lap, it is the checkered, where it's going to be a very even match, but Microwave is on the bottom, and he's gonna take the lead, and he's gonna stay in the lead this time! Microwave on those goddamn new tires is gonna easily overtake that 71, but the 71's back on the outside with help from Mike. To the line, Microwave gets it. Microwave will get the 10 bonus points for leading at halfway. JDs and gentlemen, welcome to the finale of the 5th season of ASSCA. And we're at this godforsaken place. Buckle up is all I can say. You saw the promo at the start. Pretty cool stuff. That's the new graphics guide. We've gone through 2 of them now, but we're here. A couple things that we do need to get into before we begin today. Obviously the injury report, which is coming soon. You see some different cars on the track. You see that one specifically. We'll get to that in a minute. But if I can find it before I explode, of course I won't. There it is. This is the 31. This is my car. And there was a fan in the stands that had this poster. And it said, "Can I get a ride? I'm dying." And then he put in brackets, literally. It turns out he literally is dying. This is the sickly dying man. He told me that he is almost guaranteed to pass away if he crashes here today. So I guess that's another addition to the tally of the fatal crashes we'll have today. But the sickly dying man in the 31, if he dies and the car is still good to go after a wreck, we'll get to that when it happens. Claire Pressure's in the 99. That's not Claire Pressure. That is Claire Pressure. There's her grandson there. There's a wreck up ahead, for God's sake. Catchfence did his job in the 21's up here. How about that? Let's get away from that. Zach Outback, he just won at Boston in the Goodies Trash Series. And he's up here now. He said that he would have been full-time here if he didn't make it into next season. I'm afraid you might be in a gang still in the field. There is Generic Jones in the 81. He is on the cut line, pretty much, to staying in TOECAR if he doesn't He will be here next season. With what team, I don't know. We're running out of room, but it's alright. Crispy Bacon in the field once again in the 94. Mike rounding out the 32 car. Now let's get to the 37. Same race that Zach Outback won, Young Stroker the Body Snatcher, was supposed to be in this car today, but he was unfortunately killed in a tragic accident just last week, and it'll go with the injury report here in a minute, but they've asked Ball to drive the car, so Ball's in the mix here. Very nice script the ball a little bit there, that's alright though. But yeah, Ball is in the mix, so actually while we're at it, let's get into their injury report here. You can see it. It's one injury, and it's a tragic one. SpongeBob was in a big accident. A very unfortunate accident as well, I must add. And he did pass away. For about 6 to 7 minutes, and then he came back. They brought him back to life. SpongeBob is still alive, but he will not be in this race today. The team, however, made an agreement with the 37, which was supposed to be Young Stroker the Body Snatcher, who fields his own cars, so this team will cease to exist after this race. But yeah, the 37 is technically a draft auto garage seat, and get away from that. Yeah, that is all that happened. So, I think we just get into it. Let's get to the, once again, unsponsored starting grid. GoJibs Racing shares the front row. This is Buster Guts and Generic Jones. Up here in the front row, good for them. They were really fast. They gapped the field a little bit in qualifying, I must admit, but that could mean they're pretty bad in the actual race. We'll find out. Then, the first two of our 6 playoff contenders for the championship here tonight. We've got the 87 of Michael Wave and the 65 of Wendy 444 the 4th, who is starting in the 4th spot. Claire Pressure in the 99, that's not a 66 from that angle, and Dale Bernhardt Jr. will start next to her. Good run for him. And then there's another one, that's 3 of the 6. Ross Chest Pain in the 45 and Masturbation in the 22. Ball in the 37, and the 4th of the 6 playoff contenders, Corey Crime in the 11. Detective Bluto Mind Pretzel in the 2 car. He's on a hot streak. I think he might be the one to pick for the title, and then you've got Zach Outback right next to him as well on the bottom there. Big Earn and the 28 of Aggressive. Aggressive has said that he might not be back with Klottenheimer. He might have found a different spot. We'll have to find out what that's all about. But of course, there is this track to still get through. We'll find out how that goes. The last of our 6 playoff drivers, Melanoma, in the 76, and right next to him is I'm Afraid You Might Be in a Gang. Almost halfway through the field already. The 42 of Leland Funnyman and the 25 of Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico, who were both just eliminated from the playoffs last week. The 20 of Franklin Fenway, Jefferson Washington III is here, and the 55 of Empty Pockets is next to him. Plot 55 has had a pretty solid year with a full-time guy, so, you know, maybe they'll expand, maybe they'll think of something. We'll find out when that happens. Nia Newman in the 70, and Aunt Tim in the 9. Aunt Tim was also just eliminated from the playoffs about a week ago. Well, we had an off week, but last race was eliminated, so tragic for that team, but they still have Corey Crime going for the title anyway. I almost just exploded. The 44 of Error 404 Driver Not Found, and the 41 of Chippy Ahoy. Chippy Ahoy was also just eliminated, and so was the guy behind him. That's the 07 of Small Medium Fat, and then of course Mike will round out the season in the 32 car. How about this? They've actually done pretty well, I must admit, so pretty good effort out of them. The 75 of Aaron Pressure, who has had a tragic season, to be honest with you, in every series. And then we have Amber in the 39 once again. Stacy, remember Becca Lynn passed away at Monza, so she's in the car for the rest of the season. She's here, and Mick and Rory right next to her. Can they get something going? The regular season champ, CyberZed, who did not make it into this final round, was probably the favorite to win it, and just two okay races, really. He got wrecked out at Atlanta, but his Kansas race was alright. He still got a top 10 out of it, but it still wasn't enough. He is back here with Xbox 360 in the 36 car. Then you've got the 97 of Simi-Can Standardbridge and the 0 of Victor E. Lane. Last time we saw him, I believe, was Avis, if I'm not wrong. I don't really know, because I have dementia. Then, the row behind, RiKi, Tiki, Bobby Wobbin, and Tony Baloney. I just hit the microphone and it almost knocked over. That could have been terrible. Anyway, the next row, two monster cars, Riley Gerbert and Denise Fatt. They're here. Yep. Then it's H, teammates with CyberZed in that H car with the 08 number. Apparently that's not an 08, let's just be real. And then the 21, Catch Fence did his job. When's the last time we saw this guy? It might have actually been the first race of the season, so like, good to see him back. I don't know if I'm just like, you know, yet again, I just said I have dementia, so we'll find out. Back here, rounding up the field, it's my car with the sickly dying man. A fan in the stands that I found, and you know, he's gonna have his dreams come true here today. And right next to him is Chris P. Bacon in the self-employed 94. So let's send it down, wrong camera, to Mason Payson for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Heidi-ho, we are off. Or, are they going to get rolling soon? There we go. That took too long. Everybody's underway. This could be the last time we see some of these drivers in these cars before a potential driver change, a move up. This could be the last time Michael Wave is in this series. Just a thought there, because he is a very big contender to move up. Buster Guts actually has 2 races in Kyrock to get to right after this one. Why he even chose to stay in this race, I don't know. He could have just gave Generic Jones the 81, or the 18, and left the 81 out of it, and maybe would have got another car in. But the championship will be crowned in this race, which is 40 laps, which I got out of the way before we even started. Oh my god. Hopefully nobody buys. Hopefully nobody dies. We're green at RiKi Raceway. Oh my god. Remember, playoff drivers have the yellow banner on the windshield and spoiler, which you can clearly see there. This is going to get exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, JDs and Lettleman. Michael Wave and Buster Guts far out there. God damn. Michael Wave trying to get in front of his teammate, of Claire Pressure, but she's going to have a huge push from the 45. She couldn't lift, or she probably would have died. And Buster Guts will come back to lead the first lap. And we are still green. That's a new one. Oh, but Buster Guts way to the outside. He's going to have no help, and down the field he goes. I hear a gigantic accident. Oh, no. Not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought. The sound made it worse, I must admit. But we're coming back to the line. You know, ball in the middle up there. Zach Outback is going to lead them to the yellow. Oh my god. How about that? We have a yellow. Let's take a look at it. Taking a look at Mick and Rory, who just turns amber. Oh my god, Riley Gerbert shot right up into Chippy Ahoy. That's all she wrote, literally. So we're going to look at the 41 and then go back green instantly because, oh my goodness. Not a good way to end the season for the 41. He's probably done. Tragic. Well, we're riding on board with the 41, and oh my god, it just happened so fast. So fast. Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the series that fuels dreams. The TOECAR has taken the lead of the championship. As of right now, remember, best finishing. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter who leads the most laps, who has the best average running position. It's just who finishes higher. The 2 leads it. The 87 is in the second spot of it, and the 45 third. And then you have to go all the way back here with Corey Crime, and then even further back to find the 76. I've missed somebody in that mix, of course, because I'm a bum. Where's the 65? Oh, she's even further back. I'm just blind. Okay, for some reason they didn't double up, which I told them to, but, you know, we're just gonna ignore that. Single file restart for the first one, at least. Hopefully not for all of them, because that'd be sad. But we're underway. Hallelujah. There's already a wreck. They're already wrecking. Victor Elaine with issues, but we're gonna keep going. They're saying let him race. This might actually be good for a little bit of a flow state. I don't think it's really gonna last. Actually, if we're gonna be honest, it's gonna last a lap and a half, and then they're gonna crash again, because that's how it's gonna work. But here comes Zach Outback with the help from the 45. Gonna try and get back to Big Earn there in the 74. And the TOECAR of Detective Little Mind Pretzel right now looks like the guy to beat in the sense of the championship. This guy's good. He's having a great run here. He moves up with the 20 of Franklin Fenway Jefferson Washington the third. The 0 is still on pit road. Riley Gerbert with damage, obviously. But we've got 2 lines of cars going in circles, semicircles, circles with a tri-oval in it. I don't know. Clear pressure back to the inside, though, of the 20. Never mind. Oh my god, that's the 0. I think you know what he looks like at this point. The TOECAR is still out front. Not anymore. Huge move from the 20, the 99, the 42. All, by the way, are actually known. That's not true. My bad, I lied. I was going to say they all have people that are teammates that are going for the title, but they don't. But Corey Crime just took the championship lead, passing the 2. They're going to be 3 wide. Oh, no. 3 wide has been the detriment of a lot of drivers here. H is up here in the mix. You can't miss that car. Masturbation stuck in the middle. This is going to get ugly very quick. Oh, man. Corey Crime going to take the lead from Leland Funnyman with help from Stacy? What are we doing? How about them apricots? Because that's a saying that people say. We're already a 4th through the race. This is going to be a quickie. But maybe that's a good thing, because that means that there's going to be less carnage and less disasters. As Stacy holds the lead, remember Amber, I believe, was in the lead, like on the last lap of the race at Atlanta and Daytona. This is a very similar track, and look who's leading right now. It's the teammate. I don't know where the 39 is actually, but she's here somewhere. I know it. I know what I'm talking about. She might be laying back. Some of these guys are laying back, and I don't blame them for it. Look at how cooked this top 5 is. Stacy's staying out front, though, for a while, and we are just getting the backmarker cars to the front here, as here comes Crispy Bacon in the 94 coming up to the front. Oh, this chair. Single file line on the bottom, though, is going to go right past Stacy. Oh, but the females are going to help each other here. Maybe. They're for all 3 different manufacturers. I don't know what we're doing. Tony Baloney's going to get hung out to dry. Or not. The championship lead right now is Ross Chestpain. And that was a crash. I know what a crash sounds like. Nope, I guess I don't. I guess somebody scraped the wall. That's fine. Denise Fat is going to take the lead, though. How about that? The 07 of Small Medium Fat is going to turn Denise Fat. Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no, Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico's getting absolutely clobbered. And he's still driving the damn car. Oh no, I'm afraid You Might Be in a Gang is doing tricks on it for free, no down payments. No. Oh, somebody else just spun and hit. Oh no. What happened over there? Oh. We've got some shit to look at. Let's take a look. Taking a look at the 97 as this disastrous accident happens in front. The 23 is just going to be up into the 97 who collects the 25. And he just gets booted through the field. The 56 goes upside down in the process. Now, because we're cheap, we're going to look at all of this at once and see what the hell happened to get somebody spun down pit road. Oh, I think I know exactly what happens. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, Lord! Championship implications as Raw's chest pain gets turned into the pit wall and other cars are just, what the hell's going on? Let's take a look at what happened to the 8 and then maybe go back green, I think. Hopefully. Oh, no, 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 no! No! Oh, no! The sickly dying man! Oh, he's fine. That could have been bad. That could have been tragic. So the 8 barely misses the pit wall. He just kind of cuts down the grass, but he comes back up with no effort and just completely nukes the 29, the H, and hits the pit wall. That's all she wrote for that. And then we already saw what happens up here. So, with that, let's go back green because that was stupid. Welcome back to RiKi Raceway, where they are actually doubling up this time. We got a good run into that, but we need to keep it consistent here. So, leading the championship right now, as it lies, is the 11. Corey Crime leads it. The 2 is in second. The 65 and 87 third and fourth. Fifth is the 76. And then the last in it right now is the 45 of Ross Chest Pain. We are at 10 FPS, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's just get the show back on the road. What a cooked top 10 this is. But, who cares? I'm going to drink water. Yeah. Oh, it's getting warm. Already. Already, by the way. Well, that was fun. We're about halfway through already. And it's a cooked top 10. It's just all around cooked. The 44 of Air 44 Driver Not Found is leading the race, though. So, yeah. But Aunt Tim with a huge run is going to get there pretty quickly. And now here comes Stacy back on the bottom with help from, oh my god, Crispy Bacon is up here. Once again, they're 3 wide. Oh no, oh no, no. This is going to be a tragic race. I already know it. In some form. Stacy's going to take the lead away. Three Fords on the bottom. And the 38 just said, I don't like that at all. Remember, Fords don't like to work with each other for some reason. And, oh, we're going to try and go 4 wide. This is going to get ugly. The lead pack has significantly shrunken compared to the start of the race. As it's seen. But there's all the playoff drivers, I think, are actually still in the mix, apart from the 45. But that could be a good thing, as Ball takes the lead. Corey Crime's going to take it away, though, pretty quickly with the help from the 2. The 81's up here, the 87. They're still in it. 3 by 3 by 3 with the 37 on a breakaway here. This race will count towards the owner points of the 4 car, but the driver points, obviously, of Uniball. And Generic Jones now to the inside of the 2. Slight tap into the wall, that's alright. We are officially past halfway now. But you can still see, actually, the main pack did kind of shrink out. Everybody in the playoffs, in the championship hunt, is still in this group. This is huge. Uniball's going to lose the lead here to Generic Jones, but he's gonna have a good pusher here in Michael Wave. I think Michael Wave's gonna have a great chance of winning this thing. Here's the thing though, everybody in the top 6, even though the 65 and 87 have not won a race this season, they all deserve to be in this final 6. So whoever wins this championship, it's gonna still be deserved, even though a lot of people would probably say, you know, CyberZ was the best driver all season and that two race stretch was very rough. In his terms, you know, like CyberZ, yes, would have been probably the logical champion, but like, as the system goes, right now as the system goes, Melanoma will win the championship if they finish right now. But see, like, Melanoma 2 wins on the season, Detective Blue and Mind Pretzel in the 2 wins on the season. Ross Chestpain 1 win on the season. Corey Crime a win on the season. Right, and then the 87 and 65, no wins, but like really, really impressive runs. I'm surprised that Buster Guts is in this race. I'm just going to say it now because this is very risky to do this right before a Kyrock race. The sickly dying man is going for the lead! Dreams do come true in this world. He's going to go to the middle, which might be a terrible choice, but the 31, our car, is in the mix. The sickly dying man! The sickly dying man! But oh my god. Ross Chestpain, Michael Wave involved. The 68. All the 65, the 2, they were all in it. And back to the line in the lead is Leland Funnyman. Let's look what the hell just happened. We're going to look at Michael Wave because he's in the crash, and I don't really know actually what happened. They're 4 wide. I can make an inference now at what it was. Yep, that's unfortunate. And playoff drivers collected. Wow. Did Corey Crime make it through that? He did. Oh my god. What a drive. Let's take a look at some other cars and then go back green because this is getting down to the wire here. Taking a look at the start of the crash, which was aggressive, being 4 wide with H, small, medium, fat, Ricky Tiggy, Bobby Wobbin, and others, and you know, the playoff drivers didn't actually get a big piece of it. Michael Wave might have got the worst damage of them, but like, they all keep going. I think this is going to be still anybody's shot. You know, this track is crazy. Let's go back green. Welcome back to RiKi Raceway, where it is like 12 laps to go until we crown a champ. This race has gone by like, I don't even know, what's something fast? I don't know. This race has gone by. This is a race of all time, as they might say. Right now, leading the championship is Melanoma in the 76. Now, as you can see, obviously, in the corner of your screen this whole time, there has been a graphic saying who is in the championship and who is not. And, right, you see that with the six numbers up there. It's not changing in order. That's literally just in numerical order. So if you've been confused by that, that is my bad. But Leland Funnyman leads. Catchfence did his job in second. Empty Pockets in third. Tony Baloney fourth. Error 404 driver not found running fifth. And then everybody else on back. Melanoma is the leading championship car in about 12th, I think. Uniball is in 10th, so yeah, probably about 12th or 11th. We'll see how this can go. This could get ugly very quick. What are these guys gonna do? This could be the last time we see some of these guys, both in retrospect if they die in a crash or if they just phase out of the series. We're green though, and the 21 just shot out of a canyon again. That's the pace car, just in case you forgot what it looked like. I thought I heard a crash. As I said, I have dementia, probably something else as well. The 21 though, he's got the zoomies, he's out front. He's leading. Yeah, you know, the 42 and the 5 behind. Oh, the 5 looking really, really aggressive there. The sickly dying man in the 31. The fact he hasn't been in a crash is astonishing, if you want my personal opinion on it. But the fight for the championship back here is still going on. Corey Crime now takes that lead spot. Oh my god, Leland Funnyman, no! Oh my god, Doctors from Puerto Rico! And yet again, they all keep going. The 21 has an issue. What is going on? Melanoma is in the lead. No, he's not. No, he's not. The 44 is in the lead. I don't know what the hell that was. That shit was crazy. Well, let's take a look at what happened. Michael Waves in it again. Let's take a look. Well, I said Tony Baloney was getting aggressive. I didn't expect it to be this bad. Oh, the 21 was in the wreck. Oh, big hits for the 25. The 87 gets turned there. Tough outing there for Michael Wave. We'll take a look at a couple others and then go back green. So yeah, the 44 is out front. This shit is almost inexcusable as they are so far back. Ross Chastain just turns down and squeezes the 25. Michael Waves collected. The 2 is collected. But once again, the 2 gets going. The 68's involved. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. What are we doing? Well, that's unfortunate. My car's still up here, though. How about this guy? Welcome back to RiKi, where we are about to get going again. Melanoma still leads the championship fight, but Corey Crime's right behind him with 5 to go at the line. I think. Yep. I know I'm right. Aunt Tim's going to get in between them, though. The battle for the win is probably going to be seen as the battle for the championship as well. So we're going to look at the championship leader. This is Melanoma in the 76, trying to stay behind the 55. Doesn't want to lead a line. That's a little bit noteworthy, in my opinion, that he doesn't want to be out front of a line here. He would much rather... Oh no, he goes to the top. Corey Crime and his teammate Aunt Tim. Huge run on the bottom. Masturbation, big push as well, trying to get Toyota to the win. Corey Crime takes the championship spot. There is no other championship driver in the mix. It is just these two. Well, that's huge that the 11, he hesitated there. Hesitated to get in front of that bottom line. And the 22, he's still got a chance. Here comes Stacy again, with help from Claire and Mike. The sickly dying man in there. These two are side by side for the provisional championship. And Melanoma has it right now. But he's not going to get to the bottom. Neither is the 11. Is there any other championship contender even on the racing surface? The 65 and the 45. Michael Wave, I believe, is out of the race. He is. Man, that's tough for Michael Wave! Oh my god! Sweet third part. Crispy Bacon's doing tricks on it for free. No down payments are needed. Oh no! Oh my god. Oh no. Melanoma still leads the championship here, but I don't know if that matters anymore. Caution's out. Taking a look at Ant Tim in what might be the most tragic accident we've had all season. He just gets shot up the track and oh my god. And then it is carnage back there. He did not drive away. Yikes. You know what? They were doing really well until it just imploded in their hands, quite literally. Crispy Bacon here. Gonna get through most of it, actually, and then just get caught up in something here that sends him upside down. They just get squoze into the wall, and then he just picks up speed as he flips. Doing tricks on it for free, no down payments, and it's gonna get hit once, and twice, and a third time, for good measure. Corey Crime collected in the crash. Shit has hit the fan. Literally. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who to look at next, so I'm just gonna look at somebody and see what happens in their part of the accident. Oh my god. This is just a nightmare of an accident. Crispy Bacon. Huge flips here. The 44 clearly doesn't know where he's going, he just hits the 94, and then 22 hits him there, and then the 39's in. Just nightmare accident. Once again. And, yeah, let's go back green and finish this season off. Maybe on a high note, maybe not. It's hard to say. Welcome back to RiKi Raceway. After what might be the craziest crash we've had all season, apart from that one at Monza, which was just a nightmare. The 99 leads the race, and that is Claire Pressure. The championship battle now is between Melanoma in 4th place on the racetrack and Gwendy 444 the 4th, 14th on the racetrack, and Ross Chestpain 18th on the racetrack. And I believe, Corey Crime's still out here, but it is going to be a very tough road to get that. So we'll find out how this goes. Mike is on the front row with Claire. Here's the downside, though. None of these championship contenders actually have the inside except for Corey Crime. Can that play in his favor? We'll find out. I just noticed that the 2 car is out of the race, and so is the 87. That's unfortunate. They were two of the probably favorites to win it. But in my opinion, the championship favorite from like the second week and on is still in position, and he's right now got it. It is Melanoma. Let's take a look at him. The sickly dying man, though. He's going to make it 3 wide. The sickly dying man. 3 wide as Generic Jones pushes the sickly dying man to the lead. Melanoma just needs this to play out good. All those damaged cars in the back, holding everyone up. Melanoma's gonna go for the goddamn win. He's gonna try it. 1 lap to go. Buster Guts is looking really aggressive here. I don't like the looks of this. Oh no. Melanoma in the lead right now as it goes. Buster Guts gonna get to the inside of him. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Oh my god. Melanoma's gonna go down. He's gonna be on the inside. Coming out of the final corner. As long as Buster Guts doesn't kill him, Melanoma is going to come back and win the finale and the championship. What a drive out of the 76. Congratulations to Melanoma. What a crazy season it's been for retro racing. A well-earned title. Coming home in second in the championship is Ross Chestpain in the 45. If I'm not wrong. Which I could be. Let's be real for a second. Gwendy 444 the fourth comes home third in the championship. Still a great run for her as well. Nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to these guys. Corey Crime will come home fourth in the title fight. Man. These guys are doing extra laps. But this guy is our champion and winner here at RiKi Raceway. Holy cannoli. And the sickly dying man made it through a race. Well, let's take a look at the finishing results here today from RiKi Raceway in our finale of the season for ASSCA Season 5. It was a crazy one, I have to say that. And, you know, most of the championship contenders, though, were still in position towards the end, which is what you always want to see. There was a really good battle there with Corey Crime and Melanoma before all hell broke loose, basically. Yeah, how about that? Melanoma, huge upset at the start of the season, but oh my god. But as the season went on, he was revealing to be the best driver. Melanoma was probably the best driver all season long in terms of execution. We know that CyberZ was definitely the best in consistency, but 3 wins on the season of an 11-win, that's not the words, but a 3-win season on an 11-race season is crazy. That is actually a fifth or more of the schedule that he won. This guy was good all season. We can't forget about that. Then we've got Buster Guts in second, who was on the pole, by the way, and Generic Jones in third, who was in second to start the race. So pretty big ones there. Generic Jones, you know, I think that he is definitely prepared a little bit more for the TOECAR race coming up tomorrow that we will see at this very racetrack. So I'm excited to see him go out there and fight it out. Mike did a great job in the 32 today, and the sickly dying man, he did not get in a single accident today, and he survived. Dreams really do come true. He had a great run, I must admit. Claire Pressure, Uno Ball, good runs as well for them. I'm telling you, I'm almost dying, bro. Aggressive with 9th, Aaron Pressure will round out the top 10. So, some people maybe that we were hoping would finish the race, obviously, is the 2 and the 87. They were probably the 2, I wouldn't say like favorites to win the championship. I still think Melanoma was. But, you know, Michael Wave is a very big fan favorite when it comes to TOECAR, and, you know, it would have been cool to see him at least have a shot at it, you know. But he was in the lead of everybody in this field was in the lead of the championship, I believe, for at least a lap. So, you know, that is still a good sign. I expected worse. I actually thought we were going to kill off probably a third of the field, but we didn't. We didn't kill anybody. So Monza remains the only track that hasn't killed a driver. That's not the... What am I talking about? Monza's the only track that's killed a driver this season. But, without further ado, we'll see you whenever we do. But, for the rest of this week, there's still racing to go on. We've got the Kyrock doubleheader coming up next, 6 o'clock here, so pretty soon, and then at 10 as well. We can't wait to see you there, and we can't wait to see you on Thursday for the TOECAR Series Goodies Trash at RiKi Raceway at 5:30 p.m. Same thing with the Splint Cup Series on Friday here at RiKi at 5:30. With that, we're going to wrap it up. There is no next week, so don't be worried. During the off-season, there is still content to come. There is a couple nightmare races that will be airing on Wednesdays as well. So, we encourage you, please, for the love of God, join the Discord, check the socials, just anything to stay in the loop of ASSCA, because if you sign up, you need to be in Discord, which reminds me, sign-ups will be opening soon. So, with that, enjoy the next 2 races for Kyrock at that one track and Charlotte to round out the season. You'll be seeing that second place finisher Buster Guts there. We can't wait to see you next time around for the next season. Peace out. Yo, how did they know? They put a trophy. Yo. Man, what a fun season, dude. I can't wait to see what changes, what stays the same, what's gonna happen. Thank you guys for a great season. Genuinely.